I've been involved with the Fellows Program for 10 years now, which has been a real honor and a privilege to watch this program support Maine Island communities. The program started as a way to provide an extra set of hands. We put the first 2 fellows on islands to do fisheries management and count lobsters and count fish on the back of fishermen's boats and work with communities who were trying to collect data. And it grew from there. It was so popular. The next year, they had 8 more fellows join the program. And they were doing all sorts of things, from supporting the schools to working with municipalities, doing mapping and GIS work. Whatever the community needed that they didn't have the capacity to do, the fellows could come in and come up with some really innovative solutions.
Part of being an Island Fellow is when someone needs a volunteer, a lot of people will reach out because they know that you're willing and wanting to help and build community and be a part of things.
I was interested in living in Maine, but also was taken by that it was going to be a position where I would be really immersed in community and working on a project that would ultimately serve the community. And getting to have more of that personal factor really was important to me.
It's not the Island Institute saying, I think you would benefit from this. It's them saying, we need this, but we can't do it with the current capacity we have. And so coming into that position and helping those communities meet that goal is so satisfying and feels really meaningful.
Something that I've come to understand working in a community context is how much leadership really means bringing out the best in others around you and creating a space where people can bring their gifts to the fore and can really offer the full scope of what they have to offer, and whether that's creating thoughtful opportunities to give input, or whether that is cultivating individual relationships and building trust and having hard conversations and just really consistently showing up.
And the fellows play a really key role in helping communities plan for their futures, be able to address some of the big challenges like housing and climate change. The fellows are helping support the community process so that the communities can come up with their own really innovative solutions for these complex and interwoven challenges. In seeing how complex and interwoven these challenges are that small communities are dealing with and having to face with limited capacity, it really sets them up to take that knowledge when they move beyond the fellowship program and apply it to their professional careers.
My favorite days, I will say, are on the water. So same stuff that I did 25 years ago as a fellow, waking up really early in the morning, spending the day measuring a lot of lobsters. And it's kind of amazing that I started as an Island Fellow, being one of those people collecting data, and now, more than 20 years later, I'm also the person that is using that data that I collected back then and since then in stock assessments and making sure that it's being used appropriately, providing recommendations to make better management decisions for the policymakers.
The boat ride out to Vinyl Haven was actually, the ferry ride out was the longest boat ride I'd ever been on in my life. I grew up around Boston, so in the suburbs, I'd never been to a rural fishing community. I mean, really, Vinyl Haven sort of became my home. Both my kids were born out there. I met my wife out there, who was also a fellow. I really feel like that island shaped me in many ways.
You're at a town meeting and you're talking about broadband one minute and the school the next, and how you're going to maintain working waterfront or sea level rise impact and coastal flooding, and seeing the impact of all of the individuals coming together as a community was inspiring then and still is inspiring now. Getting a taste of that on Islesboro and seeing it in this COSM that is an island community really created that pathway for me and reaffirmed my interest and passion for communities, whether it's fisheries or now it's broadband, and who knows what it will be in 10 years. Things like my leadership development, being able to speak in front of a select board, being able to know and understand what it takes to bring things forward in a community.
Being able to watch the fellows grow their experience of community and deepen their understanding of what community actually means is a really fascinating and wonderful thing to be able to to experience as a staff member supporting them.
And I have absolutely fallen in love with the island and the community, and have people that I call close friends and family, even though I've known them maybe 2 years. I go to family movie nights and dinners.
I really love Maine, and I love all the small town feel of it. No matter where you go in the state, everybody knows somebody who knows somebody, and I love that so much. I also kind of really hope that I can take what I've learned from my fellowship with me wherever I go and kind of apply those lessons and keep those connections.
The Island Institute Fellows Program is an asset to the coast of Maine, whether it's islands or remote coastal communities, because it provides an opportunity for those communities to prioritize their objectives, what they think they need for moving into the future, but also providing the extra set of hands and capacity. Over time, for the 25 years now of the Island Fellows Program, those fellows are able to transfer some of those skills or introduce tools to those communities that then can be used for future planning and understanding how to bring those communities into the future.
And I think one of the best things about the Fellows Program is the opportunity to hear from the community and not limit the ways in which they demonstrate their needs and their challenges, and to meet them where they are. Maybe for 2 years, it's focusing on the Historical Society and moving things over to digital format. Maybe it's working with the town office and a comprehensive plan that will outlive the life of that fellowship, but will impact so many infrastructure needs and community needs, and really help to give a shared focus to a community. Maybe it's in the school. Maybe it's with energy work and climate work.
You know, you can still do things, and you can accomplish big things, and I think more and more that solutions are going to have to come from the local level and be scaled up. You can accomplish big things at a small scale. I think you don't have to do things at the UN, you don't have to do things in Congress. You can do things on Atinicus, North Haven, St. George, Vinyl Haven, and those things can ripple through and affect the state of Maine and beyond.